Hi everyone, welcome to this Python programming series. In today's video, we will start the Python programming series videos by introducing the Python programming itself, and we will go through the installation process for the Python program and also the IDEs too, which will be used to learn the code, to write code, run and execute the codes of the Python programming. And finally, we will test. When we say programming, it's kind of a series of line of codes to give an order for the machine to execute some tasks. And there are different programming languages, including C, C++, Java, JavaScript, and also the Python programming. And we will dive into the Python programming. The reason behind why we want to start from the Python programming is just the first thing is Python programming has a simple and readable syntaxes. That's especially good for the beginner levels for the programming, and also it has a large community in Python. You will find the solutions, or the if you face some problems or challenges in programming with Python, most probably someone will just solve them or just tackle those problems, and you will find a solution for these problems. And they have a large number of libraries which are just ready to be used for developing or for implementing our tasks. That's why it's now popular. The Python becomes the other thing is just from the application point of view. Python is used in a wide range of applications, from the web development, from data science, artificial intelligence, or for automation. Whatever you want, you can just implement your tasks or your project in Python. So I will start by installing the Python program. We will go through how we install the Python program. The first thing we will do is just if we will check whether we have Python already installed in our machine or not. Go to the search bar and search for the command prompt and click on the command prompt. Then in command prompt, write Python, then give space and two dashes, then version. You can write the version. So then click or just hit the enter button. When you see or you click enter, as we see here now, you see the Python was not found. Already I didn't install Python programming. If you see some version, Python 3 point something is just installed, which means you have a Python programming in your machine. You don't need to install the Python programming. If you don't have the Python programming, as you see here, Python was not found, then we will install the Python programming. Write python.org in the search bar, and yes, the first link you will see welcome to python.org. Click here. Then you see here the Python official web page. This is the Python official web page. In the Python official web page, you will see here the download button. Click on the download button. Then in the download, here I see I used the Windows machine today for this video. Then in the Python itself recommends me the Windows version of Python, which is the latest one, 3.12.5. This is currently when I record this video. This is the newest version. You can also download for Linux, Unix, or the Mac also. You have an option, but since I use a Windows, I will download this one. Click on the download. Then it's already downloaded. Then here is the application file to install the Python. Then click here and check the add to Python to path. Then install now and wait until the installation completes. Okay, now the installation is successful. As you see, the setup was installed successfully. Now I will close the installation. Now we will search the software Python. Here is Python 3.12 that I installed. Here is the window to write our code to Python. Now we will test Python here. We see the Python 3.12.5 version is installed. The first thing I will do is just I will try to say something. I want to print some on the display. So for this one, they have the line of code or the kind of command that's called print. That's just straightforward. In the square bracket and the curly brackets, I will put the string that I want to print. So since the command thing is just hello world, I will print the hello world here. I want to print this one. Then at the end, we just click the enter button, which displays the hello world. Now as you see, here is the output for the script print, and we can also try some arithmetic equations or some operations. Let's say for the plus, if I want to plus 3 plus 6, I can say simply 3 plus 6, then click the enter button. It gives 9, or we can try with 7 minus 5. Let's say this is just 2. Now we're sure the Python programming is now run, or it works in our case. This is the first way to write the code. We can write directly in the Python. We can write our scripts or our codes in directly on the program, and we can execute them. But for if we have the long line of codes, it is not a good thing to see just clearly the line of codes. We will use some other text editors to write the code and write with Python. That's the first option, with some text editors like the Notepad. You can use a Notepad or the Visual Studio Code text editors. Or there is also another integrated development environment, or what we call an IDE for Python. We can write the codes in an IDE in front, like Jupyter Notebook, PyCharm, and Spider. But in this video, I will focus on the PyCharm. For the first thing I want to show is how we use the text editors. Now we see we can use the Python itself to print the hello world. In the same way, what we could do is we can use the Notepad, and we can write Python codes in Notepad actually. And if I have this Notepad, I can write the same code as print. That was just the first, similarly with the previous one. I will put the hello world here, and then this is just the script. Then the next thing is I want to save this one. I will go to save. Just go file, then save. In save, I will give the name just code01, or I will give this one as the name code00 as a start. Then if I save now, since you see here it is a text file, it couldn't be interpreted in Python. So the first thing I will do is just it should be, we should include the extension for Python to be interpreted in Python at the end. So we will use an extension .py, which is the commenting, or the extension for Python. .py is the extension for Python. Then I will save this one. I will save the file. Now I save the file. Now I have saved the file. Here you see the code00 file is saved. Now I will go into the command prompt. In the command prompt, what I will write is just Python. Since I will read this one in Python, the next thing I just drag and paste here, put just to paste the path for that one. It didn't give the space for me at this moment. I will give space. Yeah, here. Now I drag and paste the path for the text editor, then I will click here the enter button. Now you see here it executes just the hello world in the text file. So if I want to update the text here, the text I put here, or if I want to add some text there, I can say some arithmetic functions. If I want to do some mathematics or just some summations, I can say 2 plus 7. Sorry. 2 plus 7. Now this is just sum, and if I want to see the results for the summation, now the summation 2 plus 7, which is 9, 9 is given to the variable sum. I will come in a moment what's about the assigning the values to a variable, but in this case just this is the summation. Then I will write print. In the print now I will put the summation to print the results or the summations for this summation is 2 plus 7. Then I will save and go back to the command window. Then I will do the same thing, Python, then just paste the code. Now I will hit the enter. You see here hello world, which is printed the first text. The next one with the summation, I write the code as 2 plus 7, which is just the sum. Now I print the sum, which means it sums and it prints with 9. Also, we can also use this one, but still this notepad is not that much attractive when it doesn't give the how many lines we have, and it will be somehow complex if we use multiple line of code. So the next thing is just using an IDE, the third option. So the first option we see was using directly the Python itself. We can write and run the script. We can use the notepad or a Visual Studio Code editors or text editors. We can use a text editor, or we can use the IDE, the interpreter, the Python interpreter. Then the IDE that I will show you is, or I will use in this video was the PyCharm, which is now the next thing we will install the PyCharm. I will go to the browser, browse for PyCharm download. Now here is the first one, the download PyCharm. Click here on the PyCharm. Here you will see in the download button, you will see the first thing is the PyCharm Professional, which is just a paid version. You can have this one, or you can scroll down and see the PyCharm Community Edition, which is the free version. So I will download the community one, the community version, which is just a free version for the PyCharm. Okay. Now the download is completed. I will open the file, then I will install the file now. Yes, I'll say yes. Then I don't want to change the path for this one, so I will take the default, then yes, and wait until the installation completes, and I will click finish here for then I will go and search for the PyCharm and open. This is the window that you will see when you first open the PyCharm script for the first time. There are some setting steps to go through. So you can use the default ones for the first time. And for this one, the one you see on this one, that's the setting. Just for the Microsoft Defender configuration, I will say just automatically. The first thing that we will do is, just I will allow that one to go to this, click here and create the new project for our setup. Create a new project. I will give the project name, the location for the projects. I will leave the default one. Then I will say create for the project. Now it will create this one. Now the project is in the process for creating the project. Now the project, this Python tutorial is created. It has its own some default files. Keep them. The first thing that I will do is to do the setup for this one. First thing that click here on the project, then right click, new, then new Python file. First Python file script. So this is just the first script that we will use for this tutorial. So I would say this one as an introduction. I will give the name introduction for this Python file and click the enter. Now this is the introduction.py or .py file, just .py, which is the Python file is created, and this is just under the project. It's included in the project. When you create the new, it will be included in the Python tutorial folder or the project name given the Python tutorial. So for this one, the first thing I will do is I will do some setup. Since it is just a black the view, I will make this one the appearance to some settings. Click here, then go to the settings, and in settings you will see the appearance setting, the first thing. Or I will click here, then the appearances, then the other settings. Click on the appearance and behavior button, then click on appearance, and here you will see a theme. Now the default value is a dark theme, so I will give this one a light one. I prefer the light theme for this one. Then the next one, I will do also the settings for this one. Click on the editors, then click on the editors. Then from the editor, I want to change the font size. For the font, the default is 13. I will give maybe this one 25, then click on apply, and then okay. Now it's white and it's 25. Now it looks good. So I will start by writing the examples we see in the notepad and in the Python, the software itself, which is just a print. So the first thing that you will see here, why we prefer this IDE or the PyCharm solver, the PyCharm IDE for the writing the Python script, is when you start writing the command print, it gives you the commands which starts with this letter. So if this is just the first one, I want to say print, then I can click tab, then it gives automatically the brackets. Then I will put the quote and write hello world. Then I write the hello world text. Then to run this script, what we could do is just right click and go to run the introduction, which is the name of the file. Now you see here the outputs for the hello world is printed. This is just the file when the location for the file, which one we write or just we run, then we see that it is just executed and we see the output hello world here. Okay, So this is the first advantage, that as you see here now, it has different colors for the string that we want to print out, and also the just the command, which is print the different colors, and it gives also a number now for the codes. So if we have multiple line of codes, it is easier to navigate through the code using such an IDE for Python programming. So this is why we want to use the PyCharm programming for this. So for this one, just if you don't want to see the tree, you can click here. Then that's now we see only the program, the code. The next option is just to run this code. We can also use this one, apply button. I can click here, and now the apply button runs the code. Okay, I will keep this one a bit up. See the code, yeah. Now this is run, and it prints also the hello world in this case. Okay, now I will show you some of the artifacts. The first thing is, as you noticed here, the quote I use is a double quote, but it's also possible to use a single quote. I can use the print with a single quote. Then I can say this one only hello. Then click on the apply button. Now you see the hello world and this hello. Both of them are just executed from the in its order. The first line is executed, then hello world is printed, then the next one is hello, it's just printed here. As you see, the hello is also printed. So for the strings, we can use the single quote or the double quote at the same time. But what makes it special is when we want to use an apostrophe, that is the single quote. When we use an apostrophe, we can use both single quotes and double quote. We use the double quote for the string, we put in in the double quote. Then we can use a single quote or the single quote sign for the apostrophe, or as an apostrophe. I will show you with that one with an example. If I want to print, a string, let's say he is. If I want to say he is, and I want to use an apostrophe like this one, he is a student, let's say. If I want to print this statement, and if I just put this one in a single quote string like this one, now you see here, I use single string to put all the statement in string, but when I start with single, then when it says an apostrophe, it considers just the string is only he, and the other one looks somehow error. So if I run this one, we will see an error, because here it looks there is some syntax problem. So in this case, if we want to use the single quote as to show some apostrophe or the sign, that one, we should use the double quote or the double quote sign for the string quotation. Then I will use he is a student. Now in this case, we didn't face the problem of that syntax error. Now you see he is a student, this apostrophe is just printed, it's considered as one of the letters for the string. Okay, this is something good. So it's, if we didn't have any apostrophe or such signs, we can use single quote or a double quote for a string. That's an option. And if we want to use single quote for just as an apostrophe, we should make the quotation for the string a double quote. Then we will jump to some arithmetics. So we can do first the plus or the summation, as we do. Then just for summation, we can write as 3 plus 8. I can execute this one. Then you see the result for this one should be, yeah, I didn't use a print statement for this one. So I should, okay, yeah, print, then inside the print 3 plus 6. Now if I click the apply button here, I will see the outputs for 3 plus 6, which is 9. Then for the summation, if we want to sum this one, if we want the minus, we can use the minus sign here, 3 minus 6, which will be the minus 3. We will see the output minus 3. That's just simple. We can use minus. Then for the product, just for the multiplication in Python, we use the asterisk or the star sign. Then this is a multiplication, which is 3 multiplied by 6, which gives 18. You see the result here, which is 18. And the other thing, if we want to make the division, I will give you the other one. let's say 7 divided by 2. If I want to say 7 divided by 2, I will put the forward slash in between 7 and 2, which gives the result for the, now this is the division 7 over 2, which gives 3.5. You see 3.5. So the other thing here we can't do is just, if we want to care only about the integer, if we want the integer value, we don't care about the remainder. If we want to say 7 over 2, which is 2, that's 3 and 1 is the remaining. If we do that one, or just take the lower integer value from the result, we can use the double backslash, and now it gives only not 3.5, but it will give only 3 in this case. I can say that one. Yeah, 7 over 2, that's 3. In the other case, if we want the remainder only, if we care about the remainder, which is 7 over 2, the remainder will be 1. Then if we want the remainder, we can cancel this double quote and we can use the percent sign in between, which gives the remainder, which will be 1 at the output. Now we see the output is 1, which is the remainder for 7 over 2. Okay. If we want to have some kind of exponents, if we want to say 7 the power of 2, we use, this one is just 7 times 2. Now I will use a double star, which gives the exponent, or which gives 49 in this case. So in a simple word, okay, to summarize the points that we see here, which are the arithmetic operations, which are the first one, the addition, we can use simply the plus sign for the addition. For the subtraction, we use the minus sign, and for the multiplication, we use a star, and for the exponential we use a double star, and for the division we use a 1 forward slash, and for the floor division, the floor division means just divide but approximate to the nearest whole number or the nearest integer, then that's the floor division. We use a 2 forward slash, and for the modulo, or just to see the reminders for the division, we use the percent sign in between the two integers. These are the arithmetics. And the one thing that we didn't discuss yet is just a comment. We use this one, the hash. We use this hash symbol for the comment. If whenever you use the hash and put anything next to the hash, that is called a comment. Python didn't execute those line of codes. Now I see just hash, then arithmetic operations. Then when we see the Python see this, the hash sign, it doesn't consider this one as a line of code and it doesn't execute. Then that's just a comment. If you have the bigger codes, just for the projects, or for some projects you will have multiple line of codes, and to give the values or to give them comments what's just going on the line of code, you can put them comments for them. Then now, for example, you see, then the print 2 plus 5, that's just an addition. I put these comments to identify them, which one is division, which one is multiplication, which one is exponential in this case. And okay, now this is just the first code for the Python, and this is just in this video we see about how we can install Python, and then we see the 3 different ways how to execute the codes in Python. The first one is we can write the code directly in Python and we can run the results. We can see that one. The next one is you can use a text editor like a notepad. So we see from the examples we can use also a text editor to write and run our codes, or we can use an IDE or the interpreter for Python, which is just, there are different interpreters. The one that I used currently was the PyCharm, and as we see here, the PyCharm is just from 3 of them. The more suitable one is the IDE. We can write. It has a line of codes. We can see different colors. As we see here, just the command print has a different color with the numbers, and it has also a different color with the strings or the texts. And the other good thing in the PyCharm is if you want to learn what's just the command, you can just put the arrow on the command, which is just print. Now I put the print, and you can read what's related with the print about this string. This is just all about the string. You can put here, and you can read the files, how to use these are the kind of helps. Yeah, you can just point here. Then as we see, this is just the print sign. We see on the print what's it prints the string, it prints the values, whatever written in the sign. Even we can just put on that is the addition. It takes two numbers or two values and it adds those values. Then this is just subtraction or the minus. We can just put here the this is the multiplication side. You can just go the arrow or to the function or to the string or sorry, to the command you want to know, then just point out to the command, then you will see what it does. So in the next video we will dive into the in detail the data types, what we can do in Python about the finding the functions and doing some much more complex stuffs from this one, and how to use the packages or the built-in packages in Python in general. That will be the topic for the next video. Just don't forget to subscribe the channel and also put the give comments if you have any question on the videos or any comments. You can write a comment on the comment section. Thank you.